Alright, guys, with the play-in tournament done, it is officially playoff time. With that being said, I want to talk about one specific team, and that team is the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks started off the season super slow. It started off 14-20. It took a coaching change for us to really get on track. We fired Lloyd Pierce when we were 14-20, and we brought on Nick McMillian. And as you can see, our final record is 41-31. Nick McMillian has done a tremendous job bringing his team from where we were with Lloyd Pierce, and it's been amazing, really. We got so much talent on this team for us to have even been 4-20 in the first place. We had a bunch of relationship problems within the team. It started off rocky, but what's a good team without adversities, right? And first thing first, I want to talk about that guy, Trey Young, the most hated player in the NBA right now, man. Yes, he is the most overhated NBA player right now. Everybody hates Trey Young right now. They hate the way he plays the game of basketball. They hate how he draws fouls, bro. They hate how they just hate the fact that he's good. That's the way I see it. They hate the fact that he's a 6'1" player, putting up these numbers, and he's finally in the playoffs. The narrative over Trey Young over the past 2 years was, he can't win. He's putting up empty stats. Well, look, he is now in the playoffs, and people still have some BS excuses why Trey Young isn't that guy. That's what people do to any NBA player. They try to knick-knack every little thing they do, but Trey Young is coming off of a 25.9 assist season. That's beautiful if you ask me. He finally has a good team around him, and we're in the playoffs now. So yeah, and when we talk about Trey Young, I have to talk about the role players, man. We got John Collins. He's an upcoming free agent. I'm not really sure if the Hawks is gonna be able to keep him or not, but I'll tell you this: John Collins is a really good offensive player for us. He's good on the boards. He's just an all-around offensive scorer. He obviously is super athletic. He can jump out the gym. He can shoot a three very efficiently. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Coming out of college, he did not shoot not one three-point shot when he was in college. And for him to be shooting 40% in the NBA is crazy. Super crazy. And he's had a really good season, averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds. And obviously his last 2 seasons is better than the season we have now. But that's before we got more talent. So obviously his numbers is gonna drop once we got more talent on the team. But he's still playing really good basketball, man. He's that guy also. And other than John Collins, we have Bogdanovich. Before the season, everybody thought he was gonna be a Buck. He got traded to the Bucks, but I forgot what happened, but that deal didn't go through, and he signed with the Atlanta Hawks. And Bogey has been on fire as of late. If I'm not mistaken, in the month of May, he is averaging like over 20 points and like 50% from the 3-point line. It's ridiculous. Bogey has been on fire. He missed a good bit of time during the beginning of the season, with a fractured leg, but he's came back and he's been on fire. He's shooting lights out, and if he keeps that going in the playoffs, the Hawks gonna be really, really dangerous for everybody they play. And speaking of injuries, the Atlanta Hawks have been injury riddled throughout the season, but we have been able to overcome that with Nick McMillian's coaching and Trey Young's leadership and passing and playmaking. He's been able to make it work. They've been able to make it work. And and now I want to talk about Clint Capela. Clint Capela has also had a really crazy, ridiculous season. I thought he should have been in Defensive Player of the Year. At least talked about. I mean, obviously he shouldn't win Defensive Player of the Year, but because they're obviously better defenders, but what he has done with this team defensively is nuts. When he's off the court, the Atlanta Hawks is the worst defensive team in the NBA. But when he's on the court, the Atlanta Hawks are a top 5 defense. That just goes to show you the type of impact that Clint Capela has on this team. And yeah, he's averaging 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Do I really need to say more? Yeah, Clint Capela's been a dog. When we first traded for him last year, people were thinking that maybe this isn't, a good trade. Maybe it was pointless. The Rockets got rid of him for a reason. Well, we traded for him for a reason, and that reason is being shown. It was being shown this season. Clint Capela has been a beast on the glass and on defense. And at the small forward position, we have DeAndre Hunter. Now, he's missed most of the season with a leg injury. But before that injury, he was averaging like 18 and shooting like 40% from the 3-point line. It was nuts. And then he was guarding the best team's player, and he was doing a really good job of doing so. DeAndre Hunter is that two-way player that we really need going into the playoffs. I'm glad that we're gonna have him back healthy. Yeah, we're gonna need that defense in the playoffs. There's no way we can have-ass defense in the playoffs. And yeah, we're gonna need his defensive impact, and we're gonna need him to make his shots when the time comes for him to shoot his shots. And on the bench, we have, in my opinion, the best bench in the league, simply because of our depth. We have we can go all the way down to our 13th player, bro. We just have depth. We have Danilo Gallinari, we have Lou Williams, we have Tony Snell, who just had the first ever 50% field goal, 50% 3-point percentage, and 100% free throw percentage ever. So, hey man, obviously Tony Snell isn't shooting shooting all the shots and shooting many shots, but that's what we need. We just need somebody who's gonna make those shots when the ball do come their way, and he's been doing that. He's the epitome of a role player, and he has been really good defensively. When DeAndre Hunter was out, he was probably our best perimeter defender. Yeah, and Cam Reddish was also a really good perimeter defender, but he's not going to be with us in our first playoff series against the Knicks. But back to the bench, we have Solomon Hill. He's been really decent for us. When he was with the Heat before the season, and Solomon, you know how you have those players in the league that isn't flashy or whatever, and he's just a dirty player. Not actually dirty, not like a nasty player, but he does the dirty work for our team. We have Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter, he can shoot it out when he's hot. We're gonna need that Kevin Huerter in the playoffs. We got Brandon Goodwin and Chris Dunn. I think Chris Dunn is gonna be a really big part of our defense in the playoffs. Before coming to the Hawks, he was like the top 3 guard defender in the league, if not the best guard defender in the league, locking up players like Dame and others, as just one example. But yeah, man, we have a really good bench, and if we are able to advance against the Knicks, hopefully we get Cam Reddish back, and that's even more defense. And the best thing about this lineup is the shooting. Almost everybody can shoot. Everybody except Clint Capela and Big O can shoot. But obviously they won't ever be on the court at the same time. And if we can go small, we can go small. But the thing that scared me the most about this team, obviously, is the defense. We only have a few players who are actually good at playing defense. We're gonna have to do our best to hide Trey in the playoffs, because obviously he's not gonna be able to guard his best defender. They're gonna try to target him. They're gonna call for a screen on him every time. So yeah, it's just gonna be up to really the paint defense. Clint Capela is gonna have to continue what he's been doing. Hopefully we don't have to play against a Brook Lopez type center, because he's gonna stretch the floor. Clint Capela is gonna have to come out the paint and whatnot. But yeah, man, this team can be really dangerous in the playoffs if our shooting stays hot. I'm gonna need Trey Young to make his shots. They're not gonna give him the same foul calls he had, but you know, Trey Young has other weapons than his scoring and shooting. He has that hand, man, that playmaking hand, that assisting hand. Second in the league in assists per game. You know what the deal is. Yeah, man, our 3-point shooting is hot right now, and we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that to keep going. And we know what Lou Will can do. His last playoff series that he had with the Clippers wasn't that good in the bubble, but it's whatever. Hopefully he can have a way better playoff series with us. But yeah, man, it's all gonna come down to matchups and who play well in specific moments, and whatnot. But I believe the Hawks can, at most, I see the Hawks as a conference championship team. That's at most, and hopefully we can get there. We play the right teams. I think the Hawks are gonna beat the Knicks in 6 or 7, hopefully. But yeah, man, this Atlanta Hawks team has a lot of talent on there that wasn't completely shown in the regular season, because the starting lineup that I listed, that consists of Trey, Bogey, D Hunt, John Collins, and Clint Capela, they only played 16 games together, so we're gonna need to get that chemistry back, right? So yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and talk about my Hawks for a second. This is my first basketball video, and yeah, I'm looking to do more of these, man. I'm gonna do a playoff prediction soon. I'm gonna have that video coming out, and yeah, man. So if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you so much. Like the video, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll catch y'all boys later. I said like and subscribe, or else.